Okay, on to mountains, and I ended up having noticing quite a number of weird little bugs or inconsistencies in this level that I don't recall. Well, some of them I wouldn't have seen without being a first-time player, but another thing I noticed was something that's been there forever, and I just noticed the strangeness of it. So I might link TGC to this and timestamp the places where I'm seeing issues. Oh, I got a bit turned around. Oh, I have metallic colors right now in this playthrough, which looks really cool, but it does make everything look quite different. Everything stone has a metallic sheen to it. Camera got all wonky on me, but I was also trying to look at everything because it's all metallic. It all shines. Which looks really cool. I cut out the aviary section of the video. I'm going to do that separately. I went ahead and bought myself my hair and my bare legs. So I'm now in my familiar ponytail, looking at the view. This is a pretty level, and obviously the skiing thing down the slopes reminds you of, reminiscent of the Sunken City and Journey, and I loved, that was my favorite level. Of course, it was really my favorite level once you found the glitch and could actually explore the city. And there are, of course, some ways you can kind of do the same with this. Sort of. The metallic. So this is kind of useless for pictures right now because of the colors. I ended up here in the middle of somebody else's quest. Again, I've done that. This is going to be a complaint I put. Because this is all connected and there's a quest down here, one day I came in here, just entered, and all of a sudden I was pulled all the way down here when somebody completed this quest and skipped that entire slide down the hill. I completely skipped. And there's candles there, so it kind of, it doesn't bother me a ton, but it's I like the quest. See, here he is collecting everything. I was trying. I was failing badly. So I was a little bit concerned I was going to lose this quest without getting any reward. I've had a difficulty with quests today. Those things move fast. You got to go the opposite direction of them. Chasing them doesn't work. See, he was going the other way. And he missed it. I thought that was him. There he is. He did all the work though, and I still got reward. There it goes. But yeah, you just get pulled. If you're in the area, you'll get pulled in here. And that's kind of a downer. When you're not even involved and not even there and you get pulled in, because this is all connected for such a big area. So that's something I'll just kind of report. Now this is when I started noticing I got my candle wax. Phew! I need it now after buying stuff. Light the person up. He's wearing the big afro hair that the butterfly catcher gives. Well, you can buy from the butterfly catcher. They don't give you anything anymore. They don't even give you emote upgrades. See, okay, look, the juggler and the one-arm handstand is showing as available here. But that's not what's available here. The one-arm handstand is not available here. The juggler is. Did I scroll over to see the stance? I don't remember now. The one-arm handstand used to be available in this area as it used to be set up. This is completely different in 0.4.0. This used to look completely different. And it's not the first time this has gone through a big change either, apparently. When I started the beta, apparently that had been a change as well. That right in there, the version I started on, or maybe just before, it was different than it had been before. And I only remember it the way it was before this update. Now this is one entrance, one exit from that area, and this takes you to the old race. Building looks exactly the same, but this would go to the old race by going to this entrance. And the old race is shortened by about half. And I'll kind of point out, if I remember, where you exit into the stadium from this race room. You can tell the difference because you came right down the hill into the room. You didn't go through a doorway to get into the room. It looks kind of weird. So this is not the one. So you can go back out. It's a wall, but you go back out, and I got turned around. I have to wait through this little sequence again. So I didn't want to take this. I just came in for the candles. Okay, so back up the little slope. You can see it's just a slope. This skips, and then that skips. It's a shortcut. You can skip the entire other area. Taking pictures of the metallic cliff. This looks so cool. Collecting candles. Okay, now that I really need them. I had befriended a person in Aviary 2 just before this that gave me a couple candles, and I had none to give, so I owe her a candle. So the first emote, the emote is actually when you enter, it's off to the right, kind of where it used to be in the old version. This is the other exit right here. It looks like the Great Wall of China from above. It's got two walls on either walls on either side. That needs a little work to clear up the direction you're going when you go through the transition. It kind of turns you around. But anyway, the emote is up on a cliff. This is the quest I missed. The emote is not up on that cliff though. Yeah, it is. I was going the right place. I thought I messed up that cliff there. Okay. And this will be the stance that used to be in Prairie. And it was even in Prairie up until 0.4.0 when it moved here. The animation is adorable. Unfortunately, the camera angle was bad, so you missed a little bit of it. You'll miss a little bit of it. Here I'm not walking all the way. You can walk all the way around if you don't have the cape power to get up. But you can also just fly up. It's flying is not necessary. You can actually just walk. You go a little ways around. This is slippery. But see, if you lose it, you just run right back. You see a bit in this of don't panic, just stay calm, because I had a few mess ups here that I just just stay calm. Especially when you're solo and there's nobody else to kind of catch it for you. But it even looks slippery because of that metallic sheen. It's ice, it's ice, but with that metallic sheen it looks like cold metal, which would be so slick. So would ice be. But it just looks like, see, you're behind the wall a little bit. Now see, look, he has his hands on his hips. That seems like the stance you'd be collecting. And I thought it was the stance you're collecting in the icon menu. Hands on hips. That's not the stance you're collecting. The stance you're collecting is the simple wide-legged, arms to the side stance, as you'll see. The one you used to get in Prairie, just that one. It's not the one that looks like hands on hips. This was really important for me to notice since I do the wiki. So it's that one, which also means it's the right one in the sequence. But see, I'm thoughtful. Okay. Now I know that. The icons are messed up. I think the icons could be clearer. There's my bell bottoms. 3 hearts. Gotta save up. What do I want, a heart, or do I want a bell bottoms or a cape though? Dang. Capes are all, the capes I want are 10 hearts. The yellow cape I think is 5, maybe 3, but I don't want that one. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna look for a cave. The cave is right there. It's not necessarily gonna look like that in a normal game, but it is a cave on the wall. It doesn't usually look metallic. Now here's another bug glitch for me, and maybe this was just me this time and it won't happen normally, but it happened this time. Quests seem to give some people some problems. They don't complete, but you get the animation that they completed. You get your reward, but then it still shows incomplete. I had that happen on a quest earlier today, looking down my throat. On my main account, and it was like the quest ended. I didn't collect everything. The quest ended because it timed out. I collected the reward that I got for what I did complete, because apparently you don't have to complete the whole thing. Flew around and it showed me a place where I could still collect light, and then showed it was weird. And you see her. Here's this is a winter ancestor. A winter emote, and it's a new emote, brand new to the game in 0.4.0. Really cool, a really cool emote. I like this one a lot. A fun one. And her hair is cool. That's one of my, I like this. The cape looks nice and toasty warm. I don't know how much of this is available to a non-adventure pass holder. Oof. Stop and take pictures and lose control. And see, it shows complete there. You can see the purple candles right there. And she's juggling. How awesome is that? Juggling emote. So I completed the quest, I got the emote, and then the quest shows incomplete. And when I walk back down the hall, it's going to show flame. Or maybe it shows flame right here. So the bottom row, so it looks like I would be able to get the cape but not the hair without the adventure pass. You can get the bottom row, so anything with a little star by it, that symbol there, is adventure pass only. So here at first I thought, here's the flame that's showing uncollected. So I'm like, what the heck's going on? Okay, go light the candles. Don't forget to do that. You need all the help you can get since you're a loner. Showing the one-handed handstand, not there. Got my stance. Odd. And an incomplete quest. At first I thought somebody else had come up behind me and was doing the quest too, but it's not the case. There's nobody there. What I suppose, I don't know, could be happening is like a server jump, where now I've got the like after effects of somebody else's quest. I don't know. There's somebody out there. And see, there's the circle with the mask, and I could take it again, but I'm not going to. Very odd. Very odd, very odd. And then I went around, skiing here is kind of fun. I went around making sure I had all of the candles. There's a set of purple candles that I think I collected earlier as I came in. They're right there to the right. Got all those. There they are again to the right. Got those. Skating on bare feet. Gotta be cold on my feet. Jeez. Need to get me some booted pants. Leggings. And there's a grayed out mask for a quest that somebody must be doing. I've also understand, somebody else has said this, that if you're doing one quest and another person starts another quest, it interrupts. So I hope that's not the case, because obviously I'm in that cave doing a quest for the emote, and somebody's out here, they're going to have no clue I'm in the middle of a quest. So those sorts of things have got to be somehow fixed. This is, I mean, you get turned around through that entrance. So this is the other exit, and this goes into a brand new area introducing 0.4.0. And now look, I have a backflip emote available. It's not. So they got their icons a little messed up. Here's where you get the one-handed handstand. It also shows the manticore. That is here. I didn't go for it. I'll show you where it is. But it's a quest, and it's challenging. It's a flying quest. You have to fly for the green lights, and it is challenging. Especially on Mac, it would be challenging. Especially if you use a keyboard on Mac, it would be challenging. But it's even challenging on iOS. This is the first quest. This is just a normal light quest. I went ahead and activated it, but then gave up trying to do it, because I just didn't want to take the time. It takes a little while to do. It's, again, both of these quests are challenging for, especially for a newbie getting used to the controls. But even for a experienced player, I think they're pleasantly challenging. They're not impossible. They're fun. They're a lot more fun with more people, because you're not all by yourself collecting everything. People can. Everybody's contributing. When you're alone, you're trying to do it all by yourself. It's a little bit more tedious, but again, optional. You don't have to do the quests. At this point, because of the way that that emotes are upgraded, there's no real reason for, especially for calls, for the manta call. Actually, sorry, you do need the manta call. So a newbie does have to do this quest. It's right here. I just passed it. You see, here's the blue light. The blue light is for the candle quests, the fire quest, or the candle quests. The green light is for a emote quest. An emote quest like this one. The green light, the emote quest for the call, for the manta call, is green lights. I guess these are kind of green too. Okay, my color's bad. This one was eluding me, I think. There he is, blue down there. Anyways, you can see I'm metallic. It looks so awesome. Manticore is needed to get a emote later in the game, another call. So you do need to collect it at least once. You need to collect it once, and then you have it. All of the calls are locked in as soon as you collect them. You don't lose them, I don't believe, because Storm is no longer required for upgrading anything. Okay, so I came back here so I could show you exactly where the emote is, and I still got off. There's the call on the right there, just to the right of the entrance. So you come in the entrance, you have the quest there, you just go off to the right and look down, and it's just, you know, it's really pretty much right there. And that's the Manticore, which is a quest of collecting light. And then I wanted to try to find, in a reasonable fashion, the emote, which is up on a ledge. It's kind of hard to, I couldn't see it exactly. So I'm kind of going the wrong direction. This is the steps you go up as you're collecting it. So it's down from here. It was a little further around than I thought. There it is. It's right above the entrance. So if you look down there, that's the entrance where you came into the area. So it's right above there. This is the emote for the one-handed handstand that is not showing available in this section, that showed available in the last section. This is tricky because it's slippery. Can be a little bit tricky and slippery, as you will see. Some of these things are, you know, sometimes there is safety in numbers. Somebody else to catch it if you fall. So yeah, these things are definitely have their advantages to having more than one person. But I'm kind of glad I was alone. It just kept me focused on what I was doing, which is this. But also, you know, it's just nice to sometimes be alone. It's something that is becoming quite a frequent comment on the Facebook page, that people do like to play alone, and you don't always want to have to rely. You don't always want to have to rely on others. Oh, something I meant to point out. I got cape pattern now, and I got it. I'm going to show it in my the home video, which I haven't done yet. But earlier in the day, I went to home and I bought the cosmetics, and as I was at my friend's shrines, I was collecting the wax, you know, the blessings. I collected a blessing from somebody, and my cape pattern appeared. So I'm not sure that was a cape blessing. I mean, my cape meter didn't go up, but my pattern appeared right when I collected that blessing from a friend. So it seems like it's friend related. Somebody else commented that when they saw somebody have the cape bug. Now mine wasn't a cape bug. Mine is plain because I'm a new player. But she said exchanging candles with somebody who had the cape bug increased the pattern too. So I wonder if that's what they're doing now. Is it's, you know, it's friend interaction of some sort. candles, blessings, you know. And this is where I fell. I'm like, okay, don't panic. Oh, fell again. Don't panic. Just hold on. Just hold on. And I'm sitting there going, I don't have a lot of cape here. But I managed. Phew. That's when it'd be nice to have somebody else there, up there, say, I've got the thing, just get back here. Oops. Slippery. We're almost done. I started to go so slow. I was really curious. I'm like, did they change the emote? What did they do here that backflip is showing? And I know it's not the backflip. I know it's the one-handed handstand. But did they change it all of a sudden? And no, they didn't. The hints are wrong. See my metallic building down there on the left? That's the exit. I ended up speeding through because I had a small catastrophe happening at home as I was finishing up, going, crap, I gotta go. So I had to stop, but I wanted to stop at a reasonable place. Sliding off again. So there are candles to collect in here that I didn't bother with. I think I did end up going, just after this, I did end up going up to the ones up top to see a view. And then I'm like, I gotta go. So here it is, and here we go. So you just went around, halfway around the whole thing, because we started at the entrance and we're finishing at the exit side. So we went around the whole half of it. That sure enough is one-handed handstand. Damn it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Backflip is still showing. There's a bunch of candles up top, pretty much highest point. Which, in the wind, I hit a wind stream that took me right up there with no effort. It was awesome. I love this view and the colors. This reminds me of Sunken City up here. These colors. Sunken City from Journey. Whoops. Just such a beautiful level. This place, just everyone was all tickled about this place. They loved it. And it's funny because, you know, mentioning air races and stuff, and the flying quest was heavily requested. So this is definitely player inspired, these flying quests in here. TGC really has been listening. I mean, they've being part of the beta has been, one of the people from the game company actually said it is more of a collaboration with the fans, with the players. We're not just testing a game that TGC is imposing upon us. We're actually helping them develop it. as a group. And here I had to quickly go, so I just flew down into the building rather than stop and collect candles, any more candles. Just going to come in here and pause for a moment. I was looking to see if any emotes showed here, and they don't. So that's back. Collect candles. Oh, it looks just like the other room. Maybe lit differently? I'm not sure. So you basically have to collect these candles twice. Those are the twins that watch over the start line. It's occasionally a quest in the aviary quest. So these are the twins you want to visit. You can do it in either building. So you can shortcut it by going to the other building because it's quicker. You go directly into the ice rink, directly down that other path into this building. Twins, and you're out. But this is the other place to get them. Taking pictures of them in metallic walls. It's just getting loud. And again, this race was highly suggested, requested. It used to be and I could show it using the other route. It used to be a ski down, and now it's fly. At least the first half of it. And the second half of it is reminiscent of what the whole thing used to be. So you'll see it there. So I don't know if they'll leave those two entrances to the race building. Seems like something they'd take out eventually, but maybe not. So this is just flying. These gateways give you a little boost of speed. You used to actually change color, and you had blue against red, and that doesn't work in either way you go now. So I don't think this is final. I think they gotta tweak some things. The glowing sparkling orbs, though, are what your emotes are. You got 3 emotes. Oof. Smash. And they're green sparkling symbols. I call them symbols because they look a lot like the ones in Journey did. Or reminiscent of the ones in Journey. And they're actually pretty obvious where they are. If you're paying attention and can react fast enough. One is in this little crooked building here. It's a little tricky to catch him, though. I had to, you'll see. I had to maneuver quite a bit here to catch him. But thankfully I eventually did. Because I hit a thing. Finally got it. So that was sloppy, but got the job done. The scenery is so pretty. And of course the music's the same as it's been. But this used to all be sliding down an ice hill, and the wind was really oppressive. Kind of like Sunken City was. With the really oppressive gravity physics pushing you down all the time. Then you get this little like asteroid thingy here asteroid looking field. And then the next is in this little structure here. That was no problem. And then you go through a cloud transition, and you're in the rest of the old race. That was always a transition before this part of the race. And then you're in this area here. And this is the, oops, sorry. This is the same as it was in the old version from here. Now, if you go the other way, if you use the other gateway for the race, you miss one. I was seeing the emotes that they're showing, and it's a stance and cheer and bow. It wasn't showing backflip anymore, which of course is available down here. The other raceway skips one symbol. It skips the second, which would be bow, I think, although I think it was backflip. I can't remember. I did it on an After Eden or After Storm account, and only collected 2 emotes. Well, there were only 2 to collect. There was the first one and the third one. The second one was not there because you skipped it. So you'll miss an emote if you take the other way and you need to collect emotes. I wanted to take stock of what I had here. I have missed the symbol sitting right there in the middle of the pathway here. I've missed it before. There's, stance, bow, and cheer, and backflip. And so this has changed. It used to be 2 banners, 1 for each side. And red and blue, so that's just blue now. So I'm not sure what they're doing here. I'm not sure what the whole purpose of collecting the butterfly symbols is anymore if there's no competition. Seems kind of pointless. I mean, fun, but pointless. Oh, I will show how you can set off some fireworks. There's a bird statue that's a shortcut to aviary. And now here, this guy here, he's got his arms crossed, but that's not the stance you collect. You collect the hands on hip stance, which is what the other guy did in his little animation. So yeah, a little confusing. That's that one. The hands on hip stance is the one right next to the one I'm highlighted on right there. And it's available in Wasteland. Later. Bow. Bow is a really cool emote. It's so useful. I think bow is probably the emote I use the most, besides blowing kisses. As thank you and acknowledgement without blowing kisses. And there's backflip. Yeah, I think. And cheer. Oh, where is cheer? Cheer is over. Oh yeah, we need to look at them and wave at them. There's the red cape. I love that hair. Though in reality it's not quite as cool looking as that. But I do love that hair. I'm actually in the process now, as I do this, of updating the mountains page on the wiki. Bow. I love that emote. One of my favorites. Aviary shortcut. The ground there also used to not be solid. It's solid snow now rather than clouds, which is it's a little startling. So I'm so used to it not being solid that I always try to fly over it, and you can just walk across it now. And this is well, she looks different, but the same animation it's been forever. She's now wearing the harp, which is the piano sound instrument. I haven't been pointing that out when they have instruments. She has the harp, which is the most popular. Some people do some incredible stuff with this harp. It looks like a harp, it sounds like a piano. And I went ahead and opened it to see how many... Killing me. Everything's so expensive. Do I want a teal cape, or do I want a piano harp, or do I want bell bottoms? The shy emote is so adorable. Oh, I was going to point out here how you do upgrades is you tap and hold, or click and hold the emote until the little dot. You can see where I am. That one I don't have any upgrades, but the upgrade shows dots above the emote. You just press and hold, and the dot will illuminate, and you just press and hold until you get the next one or the next one, and that gives you your upgraded action. And then here is where I'm showing the changes in the sitting posture when you have a different stance selected. You can't really do it that way. Lying down you can. It'll change. But the different ways that the sitting, you tap it once, tap it twice, tap it 3 times, it's lying down. And then the stance change. Oops, I accidentally tapped on her. The stance changes the look of it. So those are some little quirky things you can do with these. And make snow angels. Not in the snow though. I don't know if it works. I don't think it does. And then collecting candles. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed my iOS account so that I could collect the candles. And then I'm going to show where the fireworks are. They're at either side of the staircase. There's fireworks, little lanterns that set off fireworks. Don't really see the color. I thought they used, I guess they're blue. I thought they were blue and red. Maybe it has something to do with my metallic colors that is kind of washing some other color out. And as you can see, my iOS character is still wearing that hair, even though I've got 30 other hairstyles, 35 other hairstyles. And the reason I wanted to get my iOS account here is I desperately need candles, and there is a candle bonanza in the next room. This is so cool looking. You see the red and the blue banners on either side, though, still indicating that you can actually go back into the stadium. You can actually walk back up quite a ways if you have the patience for it. I do not know who that person is. They're a random named friend on my iOS. I kind of wonder if she teleported to me and then they're like, yes, this is a cool place to teleport to. Not, random teleported. I think she's wondering what the heck I'm doing. I'm just taking pictures, girl. And then she held my hand. I'm like, dang it, I'm not hanging around. It bugs me when people come join me and want to be friends, and it's like, I was just actually getting ready to finish. Sorry. Dang it. Of all times to finally meet somebody is at the end of my journey for the day. Kind of that Murphy's Law thing. This animation was changed months ago now, but I think it's the only elder scene that has changed since I've been in the beta. All the others have stayed the same. Oh, like I said, the aisle one has changed just very little bit. This one's completely new. It's sometime during the summer, and it's really cool. Love her expressions. Yeah, love your expressions in here. The avatar's expressions. And I don't know how much of this is not looking quite right because of my metallic colors. I don't think it usually looks this washed out. Look at her. It's like so awesome. And I'm also they have the glow buff going. I think the glow spell. And everybody left me. I've been abandoned, even by myself. Look at the way the steps shine with that metallic. Looks so cool. Obviously taking in-game screen captures, so I have no, I just have the screen. I don't have any of the stuff on top of it, which isn't much right now anyway. But don't even have my cape icon thingy up there. I'm actually using my 12-inch iPad on this playthrough too. My 12-inch iPad Pro, brand new. Well, yeah, brand new within the last 6 months. 8 months, yeah, 6 months. And then a wonky entrance into the next area. So I then went ahead and just teleported home because I wanted to get back to Aviary. And see, it was doing that made my cape collecting a blessing like that made my cape design suddenly change, fill in. So it seems like it's friend interactions, friend receiving gifts, whether candles or blessings or something. And this showed me now my wasteland gate is open, so I'm just short one button on the storm gate now before I can get into, or no, two buttons before I can get into the storm gate. I don't think I went over there to look, but I'd be missing vault entrance now, and both wasteland and vault lights and buttons on the storm gate. So I'm contemplating here, thinking about, should I just go ahead and buy the winter adventure pass? What the heck? I kind of wondered if it would let me without the actually having the 20 candles, but it did. Because right now it is free. It doesn't actually cost 20 candles for the beta. So now I can buy anything. Well, once I have the candles. I still didn't finish the quests.